but the contractions after, mentally, I was just done. That really surprised me, guys. Really surprised me. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Elsie, and if you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning back in. I wanted to sit down and share with you what life's really been like postpartum since having Malachi, who's my third baby. So if you're new here, I've got a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old who's actually turning 6 on Saturday, and Malachi, who was 12 weeks yesterday. So I just thought this video could relate to quite a few mums. Some things have been really beautiful, but also some things have been quite hard. So I just thought this video would be quite helpful. So I'll be talking about the good, the hard, and like honestly like how things have really been, or what to look out for if you are having another baby. And yeah, just a sit down video just to be real. As you can see, we're just here, the two of us, so this is the perfect time. He's probably gonna like cry halfway through it or go to sleep, but yeah, this is real life and we just have to deal with it, isn't it, Baba? So let's start off with the good. Having my third baby, I feel a lot more confident, knowing what I should do, being more present instead of anxious, because obviously I've had experience with the other two children and rushing and you know, that sort of thing. So in terms of the baby being here, when you've had your third baby, obviously you've had two other children, so you're more confident in the decisions that you make for your baby. And you know, in all, you just kind of have a better understanding of how your baby will be. And the other thing is, when you come home with your baby, you know the routines, you know what babies are like, you know what they don't like, and you just kind of know how to navigate it. And I forgot to say as well, this video is about my personal experience. So every mom is different and every situation is different, every baby is different. So whereas I'm talking about postpartum with you guys about my third baby, obviously take out what you need and what actually applies to you, because every situation is different and not one person has the same experience. But we all go through similar stuff, but of course, you know, everybody's different, so it can't all be the same. But yeah, I even forgot to congratulate you guys. If you've had a baby, congratulations. And if you are soon having a baby, then I'm wishing you all the best of luck. And this journey is just beautiful, even with the chaos and the hardships and everything that comes with it. It's the most beautiful journey I've been on, and I would never change it for the world. As well as it being really easy and easier, my mindset's changed a lot. When I had Mia, I was a lot more particular about things, really picky. Whereas now, since having Mali and then having Malachi, I'm more, you know, I adjust more, I'm more flexible, because I realize babies are just normal human beings and they don't need all this special treatment to make their lives really happy. They just need love, care. So, yes, Papa. Titi. Right, let me get his bouncer. Just gonna put him down. So, just in case you're not awake, say bye to my subscribers. So, actually, now Malachi's gone down, I just think I can probably talk a little bit better. But yeah, so babies don't need a lot to make them happy. Obviously, there's so many things out there. You're going to be overwhelmed by so much information if you're a new mom about things that you need, what you need to do, what you don't need to do. But like I said, every baby's different and it doesn't take a lot to make a baby happy. Babies need love, care, their food, and just general, like a good home environment. So if your home is happy, they've got what they need clothing wise, their food, that's what makes them happy. A few giggles when they're awake, in their wake windows, then babies are happy. Whereas when I had Mia before, I used to get all these things and try and like charm her. Basically, I was literally trying to win her love, yet actually Mia loved me whether I wore a clown hat or I was literally in my gown. So that's definitely my mindset now. So yeah, you just have to go with your baby. Your baby will naturally fit in with your family life. Babies literally pick up from their environment. That's a big thing that I've learned, and that's actually quite good for me because I know how to navigate the house for the baby to fit in with us. So on to the hard. This is a part I'd probably say most people will relate to, because having a baby is such a beautiful moment, but it comes with a lot of hardship, a lot of physical recovery, mental recovery, and emotions that a lot of people sometimes don't know how to manage. And it just takes time, understanding, talking, communicating for these things to work out for you and for you to enjoy the baby. Physical recovery this time around, when I had Mia, you know, I had the baby, obviously labor was quite hard, but postpartum I was actually quite fine. You know, the actual recovery process was hard, but it was nothing like when I had Malachi. When I had Mali, I remember the midwife telling me that, oh, the pains will be a little bit more than when you had Mia, because I've had 3 natural births. That's the other thing, actually. I should have said I had 3 natural births. I do apologize because I don't know if this really fits mums who've had C-sections. But yeah, so when I had Mali, the recovery was a lot harder. The uterus contracting back, that was quite painful. But this time around, I did not expect that pain. Honestly, it took me about, I'd say like almost 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks to fully know that my uterus has actually contracted back and I stopped getting like those contraction pains. Obviously, when you have the baby, you go through contractions and that sort of thing. But the contractions after, I said to my mom, I was like, honestly, labor was actually easier because at least you know it's meant to be there, but you're meant to be at home enjoying your baby, enjoying your new life, your family, and you're constantly in pain. Like, the pain was that bad. I was constantly crying. I couldn't really do the school run. My friends would like call me and stuff, and they'd be like, look, we want to see the baby, but we'll let you rest and let you just be like, mentally I was just done. Like, the physical recovery after a 3rd baby was mad. Like, I'm not even sugarcoating this, it was crazy. And like I said, everybody is different. Maybe it might not be this bad for you, but for me, the physical pain was, I couldn't believe it. The more babies you have, your uterus stretches out more, so contracting back is a much harder process for your uterus, so it has to work 10 times harder each time you've had a baby, and that's what causes the pains. Obviously, you know, speak to my doctor, health visitor and stuff. I got medication, obviously pain medication. I went through so much paracetamol. Yeah, so the physical pain was really bad, using the toilet, stuff like that. It was a lot. Even if the actual birth was really smooth, but just the internally healing is a lot, and it's quite painful. And it's something that really threw me off. I knew about it, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Like, I genuinely did not know it was going to be this bad. So if you have gone through this, I'd love to know, because I literally felt like, am I the only person in this much pain after having a baby, which is meant to be the hardest thing? So yeah, I never really did the school run. I did the school run after like 6 weeks. So I'm just so grateful and thankful for my family who helped me a lot with the school run. And yeah, that part was ridiculous. Also moves me on to being pulled into multiple directions. So obviously I've got 2 other children in different stages of their lives, and having to have the baby, I have my partner, my kids, like, you need to be present for everybody. So that can be quite tough. But I just feel like talking about it with your husband, your family, just talking about these concerns. If you don't have people around you, your health visitor, your midwife, these people are ready and available to help you through this. Or maybe joining online mum groups, because there's other people like you going through it. with other children. So there's one thing having a newborn baby and yourself and your husband, and there's another thing having 2 other children who need your attention as well, which is really hard because imagine I'm in all this pain, I've got the baby to look after, and my 5-year-old has so much to say to me, crying, complaining. My 10-year-old wants to basically be mum as well. So when I tell her, oh, okay, you need to go sleep, she gets upset. There's so many things that go around it. And then my 5-year-old as well wanted to do everything my 10-year-old was doing, and she obviously couldn't. So those emotions were all over the place for her as well. So juggling all those emotions from your other children, including yourself who's going through all of this pain physically, and looking after the house, it's a lot. But like I always say, talk to someone. If you can find somebody to talk to about how you feel, then honestly, just talking and communicating how you feel and finding out ways to deal with these things really, really helps. Like for me, I kind of had this discussion with Kevron, and where I'm looking after Malachi, he completely took over mornings. So he would, get the girls up, have their breakfast done. He would shower Mally, overlook Mia while she's getting ready. Obviously Mia's a lot older, so she gets herself ready, but just in case she's missed something. And all I did was do packed lunches really, and took them to school after I was better. But I literally just communicated it with him and said to him, look, we need to find a way of dealing with the children because he's going through it as well. So you as a mom, you've got all these emotions and it's not you. So a lot of times it can feel like, oh, we're being horrible, we're being nasty, but that's not the real you. Your hormones are all over the place. So 9 out of 10 times the way you react is your hormones. I can't even lie to you. It's not you. We have to give ourselves grace that we've been through something that's really, really hard. Some people get hair loss. Some people get water retention. Some people just don't feel well in themselves. And all these things you're battling with and trying to stay happy and trying to look after your kids. So yeah, just talk to them, find a routine that works for you. What I also did was I get some time out with the 2 kids separately. So Kev could be with Malachi, and then I read with Mally, see how she's doing after school, and then Mia's a lot older, so she would just kind of be around me and we'll just be talking about what she's done, her friends, things she wants to do. So I give them their time, and then Kev has Malachi, so the kids don't feel like it's just about the baby. It's very easy to get roped into just being around the baby because he is the youngest, but actually they are your other babies. They're just your big babies and they need that time with you as well. So my mom used to come every single day to be with me when I wasn't doing the school run, and then I was able to have showers and take naps and stuff. And yeah, so if you do have a support system, please do not feel bad to get them on board with you within reason, of course. I'm just really blessed that my mum works from home, so she could work from here. When she was in meetings, I'd take Malachi and I'd sleep before her meeting. So we kind of worked around it. But if you don't have that, then honestly, if you have friends, midwife, health visitors, speak to them and they'll be able to find a solution for you, maybe extra visits. Because sleep deprivation is so much harder when you have 2 other children, because you're so tired, your older children still need you. So it's not like when you had your first baby and all you're doing is sleeping and waking up to just be with this one baby. Not sleeping and your children need you to tell you all these things, trips, how they feel. They're going through the motions, trying to grab the baby, and it's a bit hard because the young one can't actually hold the baby and they want to hold the baby. So emotions are very high for everyone, but talking about it and working out something really helps. So in terms of emotional changes, this time around I'd probably say I've had a lot of mum guilt when it comes to my older children. I do spend time with them, but I feel like I'm still lacking being with them, but I still feel like I'm not giving enough. Yet actually I should give myself grace. I feel like you're doing your best. But 3 days after I had Malachi, I said to Kev, oh, let's take them to the arcade. Knowing very well I'm in all this pain and I'm not feeling well, but Kev was like, okay then, have some fresh air, let's take them out. We took them out to the arcade. In fact, that was Malachi's first trip out the house. Went to the arcade and then went to Frankie's and Benny's for some lunch. But I knew very well I was not ready to do that. I knew somebody else could have taken them out, my mum, my dad, my brother, my sister, Kev alone. But I wanted to be there because I was so guilty that I'm now with the baby 24/7. They're always looking at me breastfeeding and they're almost like just staring. And it's like, okay, let's cuddle now. Guys, come in for your cuddles. And it's like I'm timing cuddles. So that guilt is so heavy on me, but it's got better. Yeah, so it's getting better and I'm giving myself, I'm literally saying to myself, you're doing a good job. I have to keep telling myself, you're doing a good job. Your kids love you. Your kids are not feeling sad. Like I tell myself these things because I pray and I say, God, if there's something I'm doing wrong, please let me know. And God tells me, Elsie, you're doing a great job. You're a great mom. But yeah, that guilt is serious. And even when I didn't take them all those weeks to school, when I started taking them to school, I started to like give them more treats and things like that because I felt like I owed them that time of not taking them to school because that's what I do. I take them to school. So if you're like me and you're gonna have your third baby, try so hard to not feel so guilty. It will come, but you need to try and fight it because you're doing a great job. Your kids love you. Like I said, children just need love, a warm home, a good environment to thrive. And all these things mean nothing to them. Seeing their mummy, cuddling their mummy giving them baths, those are the sort of things that they will remember forever, and that's what makes them be happy and thrive. So just don't get yourself into that mix up of feeling so guilty about the time because you are doing your best and your kids recognize it and they know so much more than you think. And they adjust a lot more than you'd actually imagine. Like we just get ourselves into like a situation, but actually they're fine. Obviously there've been moments where you feel where I felt quite overwhelmed by housework and things like that. And bless Kev. Kev is so good. Like he does a lot of things in the house. He works all day, comes home, doing all these things, and I still feel overwhelmed. I'd feel like I'm a bad mom. I've not swept the kitchen or I've not washed the plates. And I just think when you come from like your norm of having 2 kids, so we've just had this routine and that's kind of broken, and you have this baby, you have so many bottles to wash, you have to prepare dinner, you have so many things that just overwhelm you, including your own other family commitments. But I think it's a communication thing. Talk to the people you need to talk to, get the help you need to get, and if you don't wash, so what? Nothing's gonna happen to them. Like, it's okay to have a messy kitchen when you've just had a baby. It's okay. I used to try and wash quickly, make sure Kev comes back with everything done, everything cooked, and Kev was like, babe, I'll cook when I get back home, we'll cook together when I get back home. Like, just talking about these things really changed my life and how I felt, where I came from, this high of feeling like, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, to, oh, I can actually just be at home, be with the baby. When he comes back, we cook and eat together. So yeah, that overwhelming emotional feeling was there, but then again, communicating with him and finding out what works for us really changed everything, really. So I'm so thankful for that. But yeah, just try and communicate. Communication is key. When you can communicate with the people who love you and care for you, it will change your life because you're able to say how you feel, be vulnerable to them, and you work something out. Do not suffer alone. Speak and talk and get these things off your chest, because there's nothing worse than having so many things bottled up and having to mentally work with them. That mental load is very dangerous. So speak to a trusted person. And Malachi's up again. Hello. So I also like to talk about what actually surprised me the most this time around. First of all is how much help you actually need. If you have a strong support system, you need to fully like speak to them. When you're breastfeeding, your emotions are a lot higher and more spiked than if you're not breastfeeding. So if you're breastfeeding, you will need a lot of help, and it's okay to ask for help. Don't feel embarrassed about it. If somebody can help you, take the help. You're not in this alone. You're doing amazing, but it's okay to ask for help. When I had Mali, I didn't really ask for help that much. When I had Malachi, like the mental load made me ask for help, like fully. I was talking about things that surprised me, and I said about obviously getting the help. The other thing, how capable your children actually are. If you've got children who are under like 3 or 4, then okay, maybe this doesn't really apply to you because they're still really young. But my 5-year-old and my 10-year-old actually surprised me how capable they are of doing things. First of all, Mia has taken up her role as big sister so well. Honestly, I have to stop her sometimes and I'm like, Mia, you're only 10, don't worry, you don't need to do this, you're fine, you can just go relax. But like she will come and volunteer to do stuff. Mummy, should I shower him? Mummy, should I change him? Mummy, do you want me to take him so you can have a nap? Like she is so sweet. Like honestly, it makes me feel like crying. But it just goes to show you how much your children would just, like your baby would just fit into your family, and your other children are so capable. Mali, she's only 5, bless her. She's obviously, I would say, the one who has struggled the most with the new baby and stuff, because she wants to do what Mia does and she can't, bless her. But I mean, more recently she's been able to carry him more and that sort of thing. But in the beginning it was so hard because she wanted to do what Mia is doing and she couldn't, so she used to cry a lot and be like, oh mummy, and you know, it was quite an emotional hard time for her. But now she's more, oh mummy, I've done my bed, you don't need to do my bed for me. Oh mummy, I've put my uniform away, you don't need to put my uniform away for me. So they're so capable, they can read the room. Like we don't realize how much our children can actually read a room and know actually mummy has a new baby, there's a new baby in the house, so we need to get ourselves together. Let's just put it that way, we need to get ourselves together. And they do. I mean, they're still children. I still do all these things for them, but they can tell, like, oh, Malachi is crying. Am I gonna come and start showing mummy what's on Roblox right now? Like, they won't, because they can see. But like, that's like a good example to show you how children understand as well. They will have their moments, of course, because they're kids, but in general, they're quite good. Mummy, do you want a banana? Mummy, should I give you grapes? That's Mally. She'll just be looking after me. And it's, honestly, it's so good. It's getting easier. In the beginning, it wasn't like this, but slowly, each day, it gets better and they get more used to the fact that there's 3 of them. So, like I said, give yourself grace. Every child is different, of course, and every situation is different, but your children are very capable, and allow them that space to like get used to the baby and let them naturally just learn their new roles. They become more independent as well. So yeah, that really surprised me, guys. Really surprised me. So finally, if you're postpartum and you have multiple kids just like me, you're not alone. You are amazing. You're doing so well. Having children is no joke. Having multiple children is no joke. It's harder. When you've had your first baby, things are way easier. It seems like it's hard when you've had your first baby, adjusting to new life, but actually having multiple kids is much harder because all the kids are at different stages in their life. You and your partner are at different stages of your lives. There's work, there's school run, there's school emails, there's this, there's that. So mentally, you've got a lot more to deal with. I don't know if I mentioned this, but you know, creating a baby's routine is well and good, but it's actually okay for you to not have a routine for your baby. Let your baby adjust to the routine you already have. With Mia and Mali, I created like set routines, like, oh, they sleep at this time, they eat at this time, they do this at this time. But actually, I never had school run that time. Mia was in nursery when Mali was born, so I just didn't take her to school for a while. And then I took her in and out. Sometimes she'd go, sometimes she didn't go. In fact, she loved staying at home with me because she had a little sister. But with this time, I couldn't do that. They're both fully in primary, so I had to take them to school. So Malachi has just fit in with our family life, but he's just fit into our life. I've not overly structured it, so don't try to overly structure your baby's life. Let your baby fit into what's already there, then it's just easier mentally for you. Let him work around you. Let the baby work around you, not you work around the baby, if that makes sense. For your first baby, of course. For your third baby, let the baby work around you, because you're already in this. There's already so much more happening, and he will just fit in because he's coming to your family. You're not joining his family. He's coming into your family, so he will just fit in, and it's going to be noisy, it's going to be quiet, it's going to be tears, tantrums, it's going to be so many more things that he goes through that your first baby never went through. So they're more resilient than your first babies, because it just, trust me, a third baby is going to be run around, they're going to be pulled, they're going to be, I mean, Malachi is constantly being put in a bowl pit that he can't, it's not even his age, but they cover him with bowls. But like, they are a lot more resilient than your first two children, like the first baby. So don't even think like, oh, I need to do this, and he needs this done, and he needs this, he needs to go sleep at this time. It's all well and good for your baby to go sleep at 8 o'clock, but if they have to sleep at midnight, they sleep at midnight. Like, honestly, they're a newborn baby. They're not going to school, they're not doing none of that. So don't feel like a bad parent if your baby sleeps at midnight. End of the day, they're waking up every 3 hours, so to feed. So it doesn't really matter. And to finish this off, communicate. Don't do this alone. You've got a partner. If you have somebody, if you have your partner, talk to them, share out the workload. I personally do all Malachi's night wakes because of breastfeeding and stuff, but in the daytime Kev does everything. So I do cook and stuff, but generally he will be doing most things. So really, actually waking up every 2-3 hours is not a big deal to me, because I'm not actually going to work and he is, so it's fine. But if I needed to, then I would obviously I'd express and get a bottle ready for him, and he could do it. And on the weekends he does do some of the night feeds with, feeds him with his bottle and stuff. But in general, yeah, just we've worked things out, and he helps me. So don't be afraid of asking for help. I know this is a really, really sensitive topic because people don't like to ask for help, but ask for help. Trust me, you need the help. If you have this support system, don't do it on your own. Do not do it on your own, because having one child, you can do it on your own. Having 3 children or multiple, even more, you need the help, babe. Otherwise, I really hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.